anyone else have any questions? Yes. Finally. She comes every night, and every night I look at her. Every night she doesn't have a question. But yes, you want to come here? Okay. What is your question?
My question is that whenever I go to do japa, I feel like I don't want to do the japa right now. Let me do something else right now. And when my mind says to do something else and not do japa. So how can I control my mind to do japa?
Wow. That was very beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that you do japa. That makes me so happy.
But when I get forced to do that time, and whereas sometimes I do.
Okay. So, thank you for that beautiful question. So when she sits down to do japa, sometimes her mind says, maybe I'd rather do something else. I understand that. I think that happens to everybody. That's why our meditation practice, our japa practice, that's why we call them practices. Nobody has to practice watching cartoons or going for ice cream or pizza, right? It just kind of happens automatically, right? Nobody has to practice playing, right? Do you practice playing? No, you just play, right? So we practice our spiritual practice because it is a practice. It requires a discipline. It requires a practice. When the alarm goes off early in the morning to get up and meditate, the mind says, right? Just hit the snooze button, go back to sleep. Why bother? It's a discipline. It's a discipline. Day after day it gets easier, but it's a discipline. But it's a discipline. When you sit down to meditate, mind always can think of things. Always. We've all got lists of things we've got to get done. Wake up in the morning and realize things you've got to get done. You probably don't have too much you've got to get done. Lucky for you. But the rest of us, we wake up in the morning, there's so much we have to get done. We say, Cello, I'm going to sit and meditate. And the mind says, but my God, you've got all these things, you have to get them done. And then you start meditating. And you don't instantaneously have enlightenment or ecstasy. And the mind says, see, useless. Might as well finish off my to-do list. Right? Very normal. That's why it's a sadhana. That's why it's a discipline. Because no matter what the mind says, we keep sitting. We keep sitting. We never say to our mind, oh, there's a list of things to do? Okay, I guess I won't meditate today. Because there's always a list of things to do. So we keep meditating. And when we're going to do japa, it's the same thing. So when you are going to do japa and your mind says, maybe I'd rather play, right? Is that what your mind says? Always. I understand. So how much time, here we can turn this on, then people can hear you. How much time in the day do you have for playing?
Every time?
All time. Your whole life is playing. Well, that's pretty great. And how much time do you do japa?
Mostly once in a week.
Once in a week. And when you do it once in a week, how many malas do you do?
Sometimes 1, sometimes 5, sometimes 4, sometimes 3.
Okay. So how long does your japa take you usually? Like to do one mala, how long does that take?
10 minutes.
Okay. So if you do one mala, it's 10 minutes. If you do 5 malas, that's 50 minutes.
No, maybe not 15 minutes. It will take 30 minutes.
Okay. You speed up as you go along. So now you tell me, during your day, how many minutes is God with you? How much is God with you during your day?
I don't know.
I'm not asking how much you know God is with you. You may forget, but how much is God with you? Does God come and go? Show up on Thursdays?
No.
No. So how much is God with you?
Mostly
9 to 5?
It could be one in every 2 days because I usually am focused in playing.
Right, so your mind is not with God. But is God with you even if your mind is not there?
Well, even I like to play, so
No, I know you like to play. I love that you like to play. But here's the question. When you are playing, is God with you?
sometimes maybe.
I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you. You ready to be surprised? God is with you all the time.
Even when I'm playing and focused on playing?
Even when you're playing and focused on playing. Even when you're sleeping. God is always with you. What do you think about that?
Okay.
Sound good? So if God is always, always with you, even when you play, even when you sleep, even when you're focused on something else, then do you think it's too much to think about God maybe 10 minutes in a week?
No.
That's not too much, is it?
Well, no.
You've still got plenty of time to play, right?
If you talk about God, then no.
Then no, yes, we're talking about God. So you still have plenty of time to play, right? Great. So what do you think? Do you think you could think about God maybe 10 minutes a day?
I could.
Could you do that? So then maybe we could do one mala a day. What do you think?
Yes.
Not too much of a burden?
No.
You'll still have enough time to play?
Yep.
Great. So from now on, we are going to do one mala a day. But some days we can still do 5 malas.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Okay? And so when you sit down to do your japa and the mind says, oh, but I want to play, that's when you tell your mind, but it's only fair because God is with me all the time. And so at least 10 minutes a day, I have to think about him. Right?
Yes.
I mean, your mom and dad are with you all day long.
Yes.
And if you never look at them, never talk to them, how do you think they will feel?
Bad.
Right. So how do you think God feels?
Bad.
Well, the good news is I don't think God feels bad. I think God loves you whatever you do. But I think it would make God very happy for you to talk to him every day.
Yes.
I feel very happy when you talk to me. So we'll do japa every day.
Yes.
And then we'll play.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yes.
Promise?
Promise.
Pinky promise?
Pinky promise.
Good. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Of course. Anybody else want to join her? Japa every day? Every day? If she can do it, how old are you? 7. Okay. If at 7 she can do it, I think the rest of us can do it. Raise your hand, everyone. Japa, once a day at least. Look at that. You've inspired everybody. Now everybody's going to do japa every day. Beautiful. Now when you go home, you can remember, I have inspired everybody to do japa. Does anyone else have a question? Yes. We'll take this as our last question tonight.
Thank you.
Sure.
So, a couple of days ago, I was here and I asked you the question of jealousy.
Yes.
And I love your answer. Thank you very much. Yet, I would love to ask specifically of jealousy.